Your parents gave you advice they believed would protect you. Get a stable job. Buy a house. Save 10% of your income. And 40 years ago, that worked. Today, that same advice might be quietly making you poorer every single year. Not because your parents were wrong, but because the rules of money changed. Twice. First in 1971, then again in 2008. And if you're still playing by the old rules, you're losing a game you don't even realize has new rules. Let's start with what your parents were taught. The safe path looked like this. Go to school, get a stable job, stay loyal to one company, buy a house, save consistently, retire at 65. This system was built for a different world. A world where jobs were stable, wages rose with productivity, housing was affordable, and savings actually grew your wealth. Back then, you could put money in a bank account and earn real interest. Inflation was manageable, debt was limited, and currencies were tied directly or indirectly to something real. But everything changed in 1971. In 1971, Richard Nixon made a decision that quietly reshaped the global economy. He ended the gold standard. This event is known as the Nixon Shock. Before that moment, the US dollar was backed by gold. There was a limit to how much money could exist. After 1971, money became unlimited. Governments could print more, banks could lend more, debt could expand endlessly. And when money supply increases faster than real productivity, you get inflation. Slow at first, then relentless. So here's the problem. Your parents were told to save money. But in a system where money is constantly being printed, saving cash means holding an asset that is designed to lose value over time. Let's be blunt. Saving money in a bank today is not wealth building. It's wealth preservation at best. And often, it's wealth destruction. If inflation is 10% and your bank gives you 3% interest, you are losing 7% of your purchasing power every year. Quietly, invisibly, relentlessly. That's the hidden tax. So while you think you're being responsible, your money is being diluted. Meanwhile, the wealthy, they don't save cash. They buy assets, real estate, stocks, businesses, intellectual property, because assets rise with inflation. Cash doesn't. Then came the second major turning point, the 2008 financial crisis. This wasn't just a market crash. It was a system reset. After 2008, central banks did something unprecedented. They printed trillions of dollars. Interest rates were slashed to near zero. Debt became cheap. And this changed the game again. Before 2008, debt was risky. Saving was safe. After 2008, debt became a tool. And saving became a liability. The wealthy figured this out fast. They borrowed cheap money and used it to buy appreciating assets. This is called asset-backed debt. Instead of working for money, they made money work for them. Now layer in the modern reality. The gig economy replaced stable careers. Technology scaled income faster than ever. AI and automation are reshaping jobs. Global competition is compressing wages. The idea of a stable job is fading. Security is no longer tied to employment. It's tied to ownership. Ownership of skills, platforms, assets, leverage. And this is where the old advice breaks. Because playing it safe in a system designed for growth is actually the riskiest move you can make. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Risk is no longer optional. The only question is whether you take blind risk, doing nothing and hoping things work out, or calculated risk, strategically using leverage to grow. Calculated risk looks like starting a side business, investing in scalable skills, using debt to acquire income-producing assets, positioning yourself in growing industries. Because in today's economy, safety doesn't come from stability. It comes from adaptability. Your parents gave you advice for a world that no longer exists, not because they were wrong, but because the system changed. 1971 broke money. 2008 rewrote the rules. And today, saving alone won't save you. Playing it safe won't protect you. The new path to financial security is uncomfortable, uncertain, and yes, risky. But in a world where money is constantly losing value, standing still is the biggest risk of all. If you don't update your strategy, you won't just fall behind. You'll never even realize why. If you found this valuable, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe for more content on building leverage, wealth, and financial freedom.